All right. All right, class. Let's talk about the 6 kingdoms in the 3 domains of life. All right. Okay. One of the concepts we will explore in this lesson is one, introduction to the kingdoms of life. 2, the development of the 6 kingdoms. 3, the distinctive characteristics of each kingdom. And 4, the 3 domain system in modern taxonomy. Okay. Now it says, determine which kingdom of life each group of organisms belong to. Choose from fungi, Protista, Archaeobacteria, Plantae, Eukaryote, and Animalia. Okay, so let me give you the groups now. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, Group 5, and Group 6. So let's go back to the question again. It says determine which kingdom of life each group of organisms belong to. Choose from fungi, Protista, Archaeobacteria, Plantae, Eukaryote, and Animalia. Okay, so let's choose and let's talk about which category does some of these kingdoms fall into some of these groups. Okay. All right, first group we have is Plantae. Second group we have is fungi. Third group we have is Animalia. Fourth group we have Protista. Fifth group we have Eukaryote. And last of all, group 6, we have Archaeobacteria. Good job. All right, now let's get into the development of the 6 kingdoms. Okay, Carl Linnaeus divided all living things into 2 kingdoms, plants and animals. Okay, 2 kingdoms, plants and animals. All right, we see the plants here, we see the animals here. All right, according to the European doctrine or the Euro doctrine, he is considered the father of taxonomy. I disagree because there were people here way before him, thousands of years before him, that named some of these animals and plants as well. So I would not consider him to be father. How can you be the father of something if someone has already been doing the work before you was even born? But according to the K through 12 curriculum, he's the father of taxonomy, which I disagree. Okay, but Carl Linnaeus divided all living things into 2 kingdoms, plants and animals. All right. All right. Let's see. Since there have been new discoveries for most, which is the advent of the microscope. Okay, we should all know what a microscope is, or at least seen one, or pretty much kind of examine what we can see through different slides of different cells. Okay, since then there have been new discoveries for most, which is advent of the microscope and a greater understanding of genetics. So the microscope, it was a big help to a lot of scientists. The microscope actually helped scientists be able to identify different cell structures and tissues. Okay, but it's also been a great need and a great deed to the science community. Okay, let's talk about the timeline. All right, let's see. Okay, Linnaean taxonomy, plants and animals, all living things, Plantae and Animalia. So it started off with 2 kingdoms. Okay, we started off with 2 kingdoms, plants and animals. Okay, then over time, those plants and animals was broken down again, which gave us the 3rd kingdom. Okay, kingdom Protista is made to group all unicellular organisms. Remember, unicellular means one, not multicellular, but unicellular means one cell organism. Okay. Mounds, yeast, and mushrooms are removed from plant kingdom because they can't photosynthesize. Okay. They get put in a group called fungi. Okay. So these guys do not go through the process of photosynthesis. Okay. They have to get their nutrition and energy from other organisms. Okay. More of somewhat like decomposing. Okay. But at this point, we have 4 kingdoms. All right. Says further studies into bacteria show they are very distinct. They are removed from Protista and put into a new group called Monera, okay, which is the 5th kingdom. All right, so we know that bacteria have somewhat of a relationship or somewhat of relative to Monera, which is the 5th kingdom. All right, and they separate themselves from Protista. Even though Protista is unicellular, bacteria is unicellular as well because it's one cell organism. But bacteria have some more different capabilities that makes them different from Protista. Okay. All right. And last of all, our 6th kingdom. All right. It says 2 distinct groups of bacteria emerge. So kingdom, Archaeobacteria, all right, which is more prevalent to be more ancient, all right, more back in time, and Eukaryote are formed. Okay. So we have Plantae, Animalia, Protista, fungi, Eukaryote, Archaeobacteria, all living things. All right, and this is our 6 kingdoms. The 6 kingdom system is the one we use today. Yes, it is. But of course, science is always changing, and that's just like any other. That's just like anything that scientists discover. All right, things are still being discovered to this day. All right, especially in the deep sea, the abyss they call it. Okay, where sunlight doesn't reach. All right, everything on Earth hasn't been discovered completely yet. Okay, so things are still being discovered. But now let's go and talk about some of these kingdoms in more detail, so we can see exactly what type of specifications where each kingdom lies. So we have the kingdom Plantae. All right. Of course, we're dealing with plants. All right. Plants are multicellular. All right. They're photoautotrophic. Okay, meaning they get their energy from the sun. All right, we can't do that. We do not get our energy from the sun. Plants actually get their energy from the sun to help them photosynthesize and break down oxygen in water. Okay, and all have cell walls. All right, remember we have cell membranes. Plants have cell walls. All right, and cell walls are a little bit stronger than cell membranes. All right, that's just a key to just let you know about that one. But cell walls are a little bit stronger than cell membranes, and it's because of the chemical of the molecule cellulose. Okay, it's because of the molecule cellulose that is inside cell walls. All right. All right, let's talk about the kingdom Animalia. Okay, multicellular. Okay, again, all lack cell walls. All right, all heterotrophic. And if someone to ask you where would humans fit, okay, of course we would fit in the kingdom of Animalia. Okay, we do not have a cell wall; we have cell membrane. We are multicellular. We are heterotrophic. Okay, we depend on other organisms to get our nutrients, our energy, our food. Okay, live in both aquatic and terrestrial habits. Okay, terrestrial, if you're not too much familiar with that word, more of land. Okay, deals with land. Aquatic deals with water. Okay, but Animalia kingdom, those organisms are pretty much on land and in water as well. Okay, but we're multicellular and we do not have cell walls, cell membranes. All right, let's go into the kingdom of fungi. All right. All right, all heterotrophic. Okay, they depend on other organisms as well to survive. They're non-photosynthesized. Okay, they do not go through the process of photosynthesis. All right. All right, all have cell walls. They do have cell walls. All contain chitin in their cell walls. Okay, so even though these guys have cell wall, they do not have the molecule cellulose. Okay, they have chitin. So chitin is thick too as well. It's very strong and thick as well. All right, thick, strong molecule. All right, most are terrestrial. All right, most fungi or fungus are terrestrial. All right, meaning land. Okay, they reside on land. All right, let's go to the next kingdom, Eurbacteria. Okay, these are what you can look very much at the picture and tell that is a one-cell organism. Okay, and their DNA is basically exposed. Okay, this is the DNA here. That DNA is exposed. All right, unicellular, one-cell organisms. All right, prokaryotic. Yeah, all prokaryotic, one-cell organisms. Okay, they don't go through the process of where they need another species of their own, or they need another kind of their own to actually reproduce. They actually reproduce through a process called binary fission. Okay, so they just split in half. As you can see here, all right, this is unicellular here. And once it has its nutrients and its food, and it's pretty much at a level where it wants to basically split, it goes through this process here, which is called binary fission. Okay, binary fission, and it becomes two. So they do not need a partner or need another organism to reproduce. They asexual. Okay, they can reproduce on their own. All right. Let me bring up the binary fission. Okay, all reproduce asexually through binary fission. Okay, remember binary fission means the split. All right, the split of one cell become two. All have cell walls. Okay, Eukaryote have cell walls, not cell membrane, but cell walls. Okay, they're not eukaryotic. We're eukaryotic. They're prokaryotic. They have cell walls. All right, all contain peptidoglycans in their cell walls. Okay, so peptidoglycans is another molecule that is very, very strong as well. Okay, hard to penetrate. All right, we can see a picture here, strep throat. Okay, how many of you had strep throat? Great. Okay, well, understand that strep throat. Okay, strep throat is a bacterial infection. Okay, it's a bacterial infection. So you look at this picture here. This person here is very much infected. Okay, the bacteria has definitely spread it out among their tonsils in the back of their throat as well.